Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. And somebody got a haircut. How cute
It's
he
so
looks.
liberating.
Yes, he looks so cute. He looked cute before, but he looked cute now too.
I know.
And we are on episode 4 of Doctor Who. Last time we had a very, very heartfelt, meaningful episode. And this one, giant question mark. As we continue on with the adventures of the Doctor and Donna, Dr. Donna, whose songs shall be sung to the children and the children's children of the Ood. But that is not what this is about, so I have no idea what this is about. I guess let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm not sure how this episode is going to somehow do better than the previous one, but let's have a look-see.
Yeah, true. So let's go.
Freelance journalist.
Clever by the sound of it.
Not as clever as me, but that goes without saying.
Hello?
Doctor, it's Martha. And I'm bringing you back to her.
It got better.
Yay!
I actually would like to know how more than one companion will react with another companion.
That is true, yeah.
Right. Should have known. Didn't take you long to replace me then.
Now, don't start fighting.
Is that what you did to her? Turned her into a soldier?
We're establishing a field base on site. They're dying to meet you.
Wish I could say the same.
Speaking of still on staff, you never resigned.
What, you used to work for them?
Yeah, a long time ago. In the 70s. It was the 80s.
More like Guantanamo Bay out there. Donna, by the way, Donna Noble, since you didn't ask. I'll have a salute.
The atmos in your car reduces CO2 emissions to 0.
Zero?
Wow.
No carbon, none at all.
That's why I thought we needed an expert.
Really? Who'd you get? Oh, right, me, yes.
Come on.
Maybe call somebody on your walkie-talkie.
We've got to get this open.
We should wait for the others.
You could suffocate in there.
Well, don't get too close.
I think it's harmless.
Excellent skills of deduction. I would rate you above average soldier. Well done.
Now stop playing Humpty Dumpty and tell us who you are.
Is that a reference to my height?
It's all right for you. You can just come and go, but some of us have got to stay behind. I can see why he likes you. You are good.
Super temp.
Dr. Jones, set up a medical post. Start
Super
examining
temp.
the workers. Have them sent through.
I like
Haven't
that.
done her, but he's like fire. Stand too close and people get burnt.
Sorry, I'm going home.
Diamond coral reefs of Qatar, local. You're just popping home for a visit, that's what you mean.
You dumbo.
And then you're coming back.
Broken as what?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing, Gramps. He's just dazzling. And never tell him I said that.
Oh, this is Ross. Say hello, Ross. Afternoon, sir. Let's have a look, man. I can smell genius. In a good way.
If only that was possible.
If only that were possible. Conditional clause.
Because it stands for atmospheric emission system. So you're saying atmospheric emission system.
It's been a long time since anyone said no to you, hasn't it?
Me, I make these connections, and this, to me, looks like a teleport pod.
Stahl the undefeated.
Oh, that's not a very good nickname. What if you do get defeated? Stahl, they're not quite so undefeated anymore, but never mind.
What, you broke the teleport?
Ha! Primitive sonic trickery.
And the test signal proved that it works. 52 deaths in the same second, man. That is just so cool.
There is an enemy of the Sontarans known as the Doctor. A face changer.
Do you mean he's an alien too?
Turn right. Left. Get out! Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left.
It's you.
What, have you met before?
Yeah, Christmas Eve, he disappeared right in front of me. And you got to promise me you're going to take care of her.
She takes care of me.
Oh, yeah, that's my Donna. The little general we used to call her.
Yeah, don't start. I don't know. Men and their cars. Sometimes I think if I was a car.
A deadlock! Every single one! It's not safe. I'm going to get it off the street.
I'd like to make an episode suggestion. Sontarans versus Daleks.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'd really like to know how they would interact with each other.
As it was showing them flying back towards Earth in their little pods, I was like, it's another invasion of Earth, but this time by not Daleks. And I was like, what would happen if the Daleks just showed up? We are here now. You can leave. We had Daleks versus Cybermen. And that was fun. Hearing the Daleks get all sassy. This was an interesting episode. I'm kind of like, this is going to be a two-parter.
And you want to see the next part as much as I do.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm not really digging this.
Really?
Yeah, like, I don't mind it. And I'm not saying I dislike it. Just in comparison with the last few, it's not as strong to me. It's another Earth invasion, but it's just not the Daleks this time.
Even with Martha back?
Oh, no, that's why I like it. Because Martha's back.
I really like the analogy that she made with fire.
Yes, I wrote it down in my notes as well. Yeah.
Actually, a very excellent analogy.
Mm-hmm. And I like that it wasn't really coming from a place of jealousy. It was more like, I'm just trying to warn you. You know, that kind of thing. Like, don't make the mistakes that I made, because they almost cost me everything. That kind of thing. Yay, Martha.
And of course, she saw what you have seen. She was replaced as if she were somehow expendable.
Yeah. At least it was done with better intentions this time, though. Donna's legitimately just a companion. And I like that, obviously. That's what I wanted, as I said. So we have the Sontarans. We have a new threat.
Another race of beings that want to be the dominant species of the universe.
Yeah. We have Martha, who has been cloned. So we have evil Martha. It was amusing that Donna's family all met the Doctor prior. I like that. I like that because you noticed it before as well. I like that they called back to that. And we leave on a bit of a cliffhanger with her granddad trapped in the car.
Yes.
Doctor Who really isn't known for killing innocent people. Well, important innocent people.
Intentionally.
We'll say that. Well, I'm not going to go
with no alternative.
Well, there was that time when the Doctor and them were in the corporation, and the Daleks and the Cybermen were fighting outside, and just people were dying.
Yeah.
And they were just like, let's have a conversation for like 17 minutes. Usually important people don't perish, as far as I know. No spoilers, please. So I'm hoping that Martha will be okay. That they'll just eliminate the clone and give her memories back to her.
And I suspect that somehow, even though it's a duplicate, the Doctor will somehow notice something that it isn't really her. There's something that's inauthentic.
Yeah, I'm assuming that as well. He'll pick up on it, and then he'll find a way to get the granddad out of the car.
Considering the sort of being that he has probably had some contact with clones before.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the teleporter. This isn't new or strange to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rather basic, actually.
I assume we're going to see this kind of plot a lot as the seasons go on. Some kind of race or beings are going to try to take over the Earth. Some kind of invasion.
Yes, as if somehow this little blue planet is somehow significant.
Right.
Compared to all of these other galaxies that are probably even more advanced, and it would be more advantageous for them to deal with them. No, this comparatively primitive one is somehow of significance.
It's easier to subjugate a primitive culture than it would be a more advanced one. Like, they literally just like hacked into our cars. I do like that. I like that idea that they're using our own technology and our own, ingenuity and whatever against us. But for whatever reason, this one's not really resonating with me, even though it has Martha, even though I don't mind the plot, even though it feels very copy and paste with the Daleks, with the Cybermen, that kind of thing. But again, as I said, I understand this is going to be a recurring thing, obviously, because Earth is the center of everything. It's essentially Doctor's Home Away from Home at this point. I mean, that's where he gets his companions from.
Yes, he does have a fascination with humans.
Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest detriment to this episode was the kid that was the genius.
He was definitely a wannabe.
He's not a very good actor. Like, his delivery is so uncomfortable.
Unless if maybe that's the way that he was written, and maybe he is supposed to be that way.
No, just the way he delivers words, like the way he says his lines, is very strange. I can't imagine his audition going better than anyone else's. Like, compare his acting to the family and the main guy, that went to the school and found the ship, and his sneery and his just how he chewed up the scenery. It was delicious. It was just like, I'm so evil, and this guy's just like, it's just so, it doesn't even come across as like snotty genius guy. It comes across as bad actor playing a snotty genius guy. If you're a fan of the guy, if he's had a long career, if he's a good actor, as it turns out, I apologize. This is my first exposure to him. What I'm seeing is, and it's also because everyone else historically has been a good actor in this series. It's something we don't talk about very often, but everyone's cast very well. So he just sticks out like that sore thumb.
Yes. The Sontarans were much more villainous in their demeanor than he was. If you're going to be a villain, at least try to be the part.
Well, it's not even like, it's just, I don't mind the way he's written. I don't mind that he's this genius, this teenage genius, is alone because he's so much smarter than everyone else. He's not, to me, it doesn't read as, I'm so much smarter that I have the inability to function socially. Everything he says sounds really awkward in his delivery. He has really, really weird delivery. Maybe I'm just seeing something that's not there. Maybe to me, it was just really bad acting. That really just was, it detracted from the episode. We've had, younger villains before, as I mentioned, and they've all been good. But this is straight up like, oh my God, how did you get this job? It just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't doing it for me. Now I have to hear him again in part 2. Like, ugh. But that was the biggest nitpick for me. But
in a way, this could actually be encouraging if he is indeed so bad at acting, but was able to get this. Think of what that could mean for you.
There you go. Positive words from Justin. Like, I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I'm not. It's so glaring to me. I mean, the design of the Sontarans was fine. That was interesting. I thought the armor was kind of hokey, but then they took the the headpiece off and the helmet off, and there were creatures inside, like a Dalek. I was like, okay, we have a new race, and it's fine.
A very Spartan-like race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, they covet war.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well,
and hence take honor very seriously.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed was that immediately, because I'm a fan of Disney, is that the name of the university is Ratigan.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I've noticed one theme in this episode is cleverness. Mm-hmm. And, well, Ratigan is the main villain in The Great Mouse Detective, which is a film that also has a theme of cleverness.
There you go.
Or it may be a coincidence, but I found it very interesting that they both have the same name, Ratigan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really liked that film. And of course, voiced by Vincent Price himself.
Vincent Price.
Yes. And by the sounds of it, considering the voice delivery, I think that he really enjoyed it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really have nothing else to add. Like, this is just...
Not much to say except that you're happy that Martha's back.
Yes.
Shall we go to your notes?
Sure. I'm also happy that Martha and Donna are getting along. I was just like, could we not have drama? We didn't have drama, so yeah.
Philip's notes.
I like that line that Donna said to the doctor, is that what you, in referencing Martha, is that what you do to them? You turn them into soldiers. I was like, To my Whovians out there, they reference the Doctor being a member of UNIT since the 70s. Does that go back to the Doctors from then? Was the Doctor or Doctors in those eras, were they part of that unit called UNIT? Let me know. Without spoilers, please. Well, as much as you can. We probably won't get to the old stuff for a long time. Like, we have a lot of Doctor Who, New Who, we'll have to go through.
It is actually something that makes seeing the earlier episodes much more tempting, because it will then contextualize the future episodes very well.
I like when Martha said to the Doctor, "You can come and go, but I've got to stay behind." You've talked about that several times before.
Yes.
How the Doctor just leaves, but then, who does the, the actual work after. And
somebody needs to.
Yeah, so I'm glad they addressed that. Did Donna call it the man flu? She said no one got the man flu. She was listing off all the different, when no one could get sick, or when no one was getting sick, because she found the sick leave binder. And she was listing off, didn't they get this? Didn't they? She's like, they don't get the man flu. I'm like, what the hell's the man flu?
That's a good question. I was actually hoping that you would know. Is this some sort of pop culture reference that I'm unaware of?
Or maybe it's a geographical, cultural thing. Like, maybe that's a thing in the UK. Maybe there's such thing as the man flu. Let us know if there's such thing as the man flu. And why is it the man flu? We don't have
Maybe
that
there's
here.
also a woman flu.
Maybe. As you brought up the line that the Doctor is like fire.
It was an excellent analogy.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that she said it that way.
Yeah. And I'm not going to rant about it, because they kind of referenced that he knew what he was doing, but when Donna was like, I want to go home, he started trying to woo her back onto the TARDIS, started listing off all the places that he could take her in that sexy voice, where he's saying the word, watch that scene again and listen to the way he says the words. He's trying to make them sound alluring and mysterious and,
The lightning skies of Cotton Peluni's world.
Just saying. But then he's like, oh, you're going back home. That was probably one of the better scenes in this episode. I thought it was funny. And then they got in the car and they were like, I forget what they said now, but it was pretty much being like, yeah. And he's like, I know. I was like, okay. So I won't rant about it, because clearly he knows what he just admitted he knows what he's doing. So my previous ranting about it was completely founded, because he just admitted he knows what he's doing. So I was not being crazy.
I know.
And everything else we've talked about, everything else are from our patrons over on Patreon in these here notes. There's a part 2. Okay.
Let's at least see how Martha is able to get free.
Okay, we'll do that if you pay attention to the acting of the genius guy.
Do I have to?
Do I have to watch?
Touche.
I mean, I have to anyway, don't I? It'd be like, episode 5, now just Justin. Which will make a lot of you happy. But I ain't going nowhere, damn it. I will suffer for my own amusement.
And for all of you, thank you. You go through very much for all of us.
Yeah, there's a lot that people don't know that goes on behind the scenes, but it's fine. It gets made and it gets done, and it is what it is. Of course it is.
I really hate that phrase.
He does.
It's a tautology, actually.
Yes.
Yes, of course it is what it is. If it weren't what it is, then it wouldn't be what it is, but it is what it is.
So it is what it is.
Exactly. Basically, people are saying A is A.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your point?
I like how we have nothing else to talk about from the episodes. We're just talking randomly now. Again, I didn't hate this one. I think we've had such good episodes, such strong episodes recently but I guess, we gotta give Donna her alien invasion story. So every companion's gotta have one.
Well, like how every season there needs to be at least one historical episode.
Right, yeah.
And one Dalek episode.
Yeah, we're still
which
waiting on
I'm
that.
still waiting for.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be it, yeah, when it was starting.
But they have until the end of the season to give me what is rightfully mine.
I've already gotten what I wanted. I wanted a companion that wasn't a nightmare and that was pleasant and that I didn't mind. So yes, at first when she said that she was going home, I was like, you're only 4 episodes in. No. Like I love Martha. Yay, Martha. But I want to continue with Donna. I want the platonic adventure to continue. If you didn't like my stuff in this one, you're probably not gonna like the next one. I'm sorry. I tried to be as diplomatic as possible without going ranty and being, a dick about stuff. It is what it is.
Oh, how I hate that phrase.
Is there anything else you would like to add about this episode? No. Okay. Well, it's going to wrap this one up. Looks like we're going to part 2 that I did not know was going to be a part 2. I planned on watching maybe something else, but now you want to see this part 2 thing, so we have to watch this part 2 thing. But the faster we watch it, the faster it's done. Hopefully maybe part 2 will be better than part 1. We've had that before in 2-parters where one is better than the other. So maybe I'll be acclimated to the story and the acting that part 2 won't be like, as much, but we'll see.
That maybe part 1 was simply to establish what will happen in part 2.
That's
setting up the scene.
That's what part 1s do.
Yes, but sometimes part 2s are only a quick conclusion, and sometimes the ones are actually the much better part of the story.
Fair enough. All right, well, that's going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Part 2 of this, yay. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.